What is going on, everybody? My name is Japes, and welcome to another episode in my career mode series. We're starting off, and I am just going through and looking for players that I might be interested in, and Juan Manuel Iturbe is one of them, valued at 5.5 million pounds, which is quite a steep price tag. But odds are we've got a little bit of money to play with because of the Berisha sale. And Thomas Ince now wants to go as well, so we're going to need a replacement at that right wing position. So I actually offer 1.5 and Thomas Ince because it seems like it would be a fair deal, and he would be an ample replacement for Mr. Ince to easily leave the squad and not even think about it. But also, I will be leaving this evening to go to visit my family up in Wisconsin. So I live in Georgia. For those of you guys that didn't know, I live in the Atlanta area, and that's essentially if you were driving 16 to 17 hours away. So it's quite a nice, a couple hour, 3 hour flight or so away, and I will be up there without an Xbox. I've recorded plenty of career mode though, way ahead. Ultimate Team I'd like to do kind of live, so I don't record too far ahead for that. And I think the way it's going to work is I am going to, as far as Ultimate Team is concerned, which if you're watching this, it should be fine. But if you see anybody asking questions about what's going on with Path to Power, I think we're going to do a web app week where I do a lot of trading via the web app, which it should be quite simple, and should take it back to week 1 of FIFA per se. But it should be good, and I should do the trading that everybody seems to be wanting. But we get to sign Nana Welbeck here, and he looks to be an exciting prospect, at least to me. Helps shore up our center mid position a little bit more. We did have some injuries and have to play some players that we didn't want to play, and now instead of playing those players that we weren't as interested in, we'll just be able to play Nana and get on with it. And so that offer, we also get an offer accepted for Leonardo Bittencourt, and I actually was not trying to sign Bittencourt. I only wanted to take him on loan with an option to buy him at the end. And so when they accepted this offer, I kind of scratched my head like, I actually didn't want to do that. I haven't signed a replacement for Thomas Ince yet, and I'm going to just kind of hold off and leave that on there. Finland actually says, you know what, you've waited a little bit too long, and we are going to rescind our offer. We do no longer want you to be the manager at our club. Kind of a bummer, a little bit of a slap in the face, but I suppose that's the truth. Marco Verratti, we inquired 7 million pounds. Absolutely not. We will not be putting in a bid for him in any way, shape, or form. Nathan Aki, we also cannot manage to get him out. Thomas Ince, though, Everton putting in a cut price bid, and because Ince has publicly gone out and said he wants to leave the club, he doesn't have much time left on his contract yet. People are kind of throwing in lowball offers. Aston Villa's 4 million really wouldn't have been a bad shout, but being the hard negotiator that I am, I decided to up the offer again and see what we can do. And I put in 27.50 for Nathan Aki because he, it says he's a future first-team player. He looks like he's got some interesting stats. He's only 17, but he's got some nice pace, nice height. Even the chief executive comment says that it could happen in the range of 86 to 173,000. And we're way up over that now, but because I want him to kind of hang out on the bench and see what happens with him, I'm going to throw back in another offer. Memphis Depay, we're going to put 1.3 million on him. He also looks to be a fantastic winger. We're shoring up our depth at the wing position right now. Also, some of the players we looked at that are wings, and they can play a center attacking mid as well, or center forward, so that gives me a lot of versatility in the attack, and we're bringing in some pacier players, so we should be a pretty difficult team to deal with very soon. As you can see, we've got crazy amounts of negotiations in our unsuccessful negotiations, stuff that I've just looked at and hope for the best. Thomas Callas, though, not budging. I'm up to 3 million and a player, and they just do not want to sell him. I know he just signed for them in the fall, or signed for Vitesse in the fall, but I want him regardless, and because he looks to be a fantastic talent to me, and so it's gonna be a bit of a challenge, but I'll probably keep on pressing away. Same with Moritz Leitner. Would love to have him in the side. If I was gonna buy a young Dortmund midfielder, it would be Moritz. And that's not to say Bittencourt's not going to develop into a better talent. There's certainly the possibility that he might, but Moritz would help us out a little bit more in the near future and would instantly move into a starting position, probably right next to Vilhena. And I just can't put in 7 million for Verratti, but I'll throw in 3, and if they accept it, cool. If they do not, that's not an issue. I've got plenty of depth now coming in at the midfield position, but we are heading into our next match against Wolverhampton, and it would be. I'm taking Ince out because he doesn't deserve to play for the club now, I suppose, in some senses. He obviously would help the team win, but we've got other players that we can use, and everybody's we've got players that are tired, and so we've got to make some changes here, make some changes there. We're gonna go with Deco, Benzia, Delafeu up front, Grandin, Osborne, and I think Sylvester in the back. And that's a very much a shell of my midfield, but it's Grandin stepping inside here and firing just wide of the post, and that would have been a wonderful and fantastic start. 29th minute, though, we're on the attack again. At this time, Delafeu banking one off the post, and Wolves clears it away. And this game, I could not find my finishing touch. It's Benzia stepping inside and a fantastic save to keep the game level. And when you let a team kind of hang around and hang around and hang around, you can always get yourself into a bit of trouble. But it's 62nd minute and we're on the attack, and Osborne gets clipped. The ref deems it two-footed and dangerous for O'Hara, and he is out with a red card. We now have the opportunity to fully take advantage of a 10-man Wolves. There is no way that this game can go wrong. We have the free kick here, lay it off. Eardley, our right back, shooting with his left foot wide of the post, and that's another chance gone to waste. A little bit of work here from Wolves. Doyle slips in Sigurdarsson, and one-time left-footed strike. 67th minute, and we are down. But I thought, 10 men, we should be okay. I was wrong. We didn't even get another chance in the match. So all the failed opportunities in the first half have come back to haunt us. And we dropped 3 what should be and are always crucial points in the N-Power Championship campaign that we are working towards right now. The board says just let Thomas Ince go. Be done with it. You remember way back we inquired on Adrian, and they said, yeah, 2.2 million should do it. And so now I'm up to 3 million, and Flamengo are tough negotiators. Just do not want anything to do with it. Nicola Lili, they want 3.9 million for him. I am more than unwilling to pay that for a keeper right now, especially with Jilk still on the books. But Victor Fischer says that he loves living in the Netherlands, and I don't think I can necessarily blame him. It seems like it'd be a cool place to live in Holland, but we're going to up the offer by a little bit because I do want him. He's one of the players that he's valued at 1.4 right now, which says something about his potential, but he can play left wing, right wing, or attacking mid, so I can slot him into either of my center mid spots, and he should be fine in the future. And not shockingly, or a little bit shocking, Porto says absolutely not to Ince and 1.5, so I'm going to just go ahead and offer them 3.5 flat. See if they're interested in that. They just don't want to deal with another player on their books that may or may not be playing for them. So that's the offer that we're going to go ahead and put in. And we get the review from the press, and it was a bit of a shock is what they are saying, that we should not have done that. And Stokes rejected the latest Ince bid. Confusion surrounding his future. We've got a game coming up against Manchester City, and that is always going to be a bit of a challenge. 2 bids rejected in right there, and then we get some good news from PSV. They've accepted our offer for Memphis to pay, so 1.3 million, and we get a very, very nice pacey winger / striker. He can also play in the striker / center forward spot, so that's awesome. We've been trying to sign this Kamir Kaka for a while, and we're now, I think, up over what he's valued at, and I'm pretty sure that I'm going to just give up on this player after one last final bid, more than what his value is for, but he had some nice stats, and so I thought, hey, well, maybe we'll take a look at him. Nana Welbeck, welcome to the club. He's accepted our offer, so there's our depth in the midfield. And at this point, I decided, if that Kaká does not accept my offer, I'm done. I am not going back to him. Nathan Aki still cannot manage to get him. Very, very frustrating. But it's Mateus. They want 1 million for him, and I thought, you know what? With 5 million transfer budget, we can afford to splash the 1 mil and pay Flamengo what they want. We might not be getting Adrian, but we will be getting in another very good young Brazilian midfielder. So hopefully he will be able to make us forget about all of our Adrian transfer issues. We move Ince all the way out to the bench because he does not need to be playing. Vilhena, he's got the Band-Aid, which means that he can come back and play. Just don't play him too much because he will re-injure himself. And so I'll try to work him in at the very end of some matches coming up here. But we get another offer accepted, and what a bomb that is. Juan Manuel Iturbe, 3.5 million, 74 rated, 19-year-old from FC Porto. He is a fantastic young talent. The world does know this, and I am elated to be able to have him coming to the side, or at least we hope so. Now it's always, sometimes it can be a bit difficult to get the transfer talks right, but I decided, because Iturbe, is coming in at this point and we're not going to be paying for the Lili, I decided, Thomas Callas, you know what we're going to do here? I'm going to offer you I really want him to shore up that center back position for us, so 2 million and another player. Maybe we'll offer him Ince and see. And then I thought, you know what, scratch that. We're going to offer Ince, and we're going to offer absolutely nothing. So Vitesse, Ince, you can go off to Vitesse, and maybe Callas can come right back to us. Is it a fair deal for them? Is it a fair deal for us? Only time will tell. Anyways, guys, if you did enjoy this episode, a like or thumbs up is always greatly appreciated. Other than that, my name is Japes, and I will catch you all next time.